Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and Civilization Brave New World, playing as Denmark. It's 1932 AD, and, well, we've got 2 enemy capitals on our side, 3 to go if we desire to go for a domination victory, which I am sorely tempted to do. It'd be difficult, there's no doubt about it, but one of the wonderful things is that as Denmark, I can embark and cross this ocean much faster than any other civ. So it actually could be very easily to do. Also, I'm looking down here and realizing there's actually some pretty good city locations down here. More crabs, deer, fish, lots of oil, and some whales. Not bad, but not that it's important exactly. I probably won't do it, it's just, it's there. If I ever desired to, it's there. Okay, so I have a lot of rocket artillery, and by a lot I mean I have 4? Plus a couple, no, 5, plus a couple of artillery that I don't have enough aluminum to upgrade. Speaking of which, I don't see any extra sources of aluminum. Now, here's the thing. If I want to go for a domination victory, I have to go through Attila. And unfortunately, Attila has a lot of troops. I mean, look at mine. I have... Well, this is the average. I have 327,000, he has 378,000. He's got more than I do by a fair amount. Does it matter? I don't know. But if I am going to go for a domination victory, I may want to do my blitzkrieg technique and take on Attila's court faster rather than anything else. So, I don't know. Maybe I want to get a fleet of battleships together and bombard a couple of his coastal cities into submission so that I can open up a run directly to Attila's court. Once that's down, I don't think that Persia and Germany will be able to resist me very much. But, you know, the alternative is, if we don't want to go, you can denounce me if you want, I don't care. If we want to go for a science victory, we could do that fairly easily, because we are playing as Order, and you get some nice advantages toward that, so I don't know. World Congress has become the United Nations. Attila is plotting against Darius. That's cool. We'll start trading with Kabul some more. Let's let Darius know what's going on here. There we go. Okay, everyone doesn't like me. That's what it comes down to. Eliminating Attila would be a very important goal. Now, I can choose the host, and of course I'm going to choose myself. So, kablam, what are you going to do? And what else should we start working on? Well, I have a couple of cities that are really far behind, unfortunately. So I guess let's start getting some of the basic buildings like granaries and stuff and research labs. This is one of the reasons that I don't tend to annex cities toward the end game very much, because it's too tedious trying to micromanage all of them. But again, if you want to have a lot of production and control the army production, it's very useful to do so. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm the host again, as we could have predicted. The Great Firewall, international games, free social policy. If we go for it, why not? Let's just start working a little bit toward the international games. It's not a huge deal to me, but I wouldn't mind getting a slight boost to a couple of things. We'll see what happens. Robotics is done. Fantastic. We have entered the information era, and we can adopt a new policy. So we finished off commerce and liberty. We could continue with rationalism, get extra gold from science buildings, and if we finish this, we would be able to get to free technology and work for great scientists. Not a bad idea. Alternatively, we could work for spaceflight pioneers, which gives me the ability to use great engineers to rush my spaceship parts. That's the word I'm looking for. So, I don't know, we'll see. Alternatively, I could get this just because I want the great scientists to rush toward nanotechnology and the XCOM squads, which, by the way, are amazingly powerful in this game. Very powerful. I don't really know. I'm thinking instead I would rather work toward rationalism. Let's finish this off. I'm making a buttload of money. You may not think that buttload is a word, but if I dang well say it's a word, it's a word. Don't you know about the bird? Everybody knows that the bird is the word, and the bird is called Buttload. His name is Buttload. You shall not question this. Let's spy on Berlin, because I have not done that yet, and work toward nanotechnologic. XCOM squads are basically super paratroopers. More great engineers. Fan-flippin-tastic. What I'm going to do with you, I don't know, but I've got you. Thomas Edison, one of my great American heroes. Accuracy and volley sounds good. And we've got some paratroopers. I'm getting these because... I'm going to get cover. I can upgrade those to XCOM squads later, I think. So let's start working more toward the international games. Put some more production on that. Is Lisbon... No, Lisbon and Porto are still puppets. I probably should fix that. Can't steal from Germany because we've eclipsed them in research. Shocker. Let's work more toward the international games. We have finished the Apollo program. How nice is that? More work toward the international games. My Norwegian ski infantry. Oh, would you look at that? Persia is trying to be sneaky. Yeah, that's going to work out well for you later. Let's start upgrading our units. We've got the money to spare. Great War Infantry. Do they still have... Yes, they still have the bonuses in the snow, tundra, and hills. I'm pretty sure if I trained some new infantry, they would not have that ability. So that's one advantage to getting a whole bunch of Norwegian ski infantry and then upgrading those instead. Not a bad plan. Not a bad plan, all things considered. Alright. No. I'll just let you do your thing. We have a couple of tanks as well. Darius just entered the Atomic Age, so he's a full era behind me. Let's get this destroyer over here. Upgrades to infantry. Doop. 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 And, whoops, double-clicked over there, and doop. Okay. This battleship. What can you do? I'm going to send you off this direction. Let's explore the eastern coast of that continent, because I haven't done that yet, and I'd like to find out what my opponent has. I am also going to purchase a workboat, and next time I should be able to take advantage of the oil in the ocean. I have 40 oil right now, which basically means I can get a stinking ton of naval ships. I mean, I can have so many battle cruisers, it's not even funny. And I would not feel the slightest bit of remorse about that. Let's get an offshore platform. Hopefully there's no oil spills. Not that that's actually a thing in this game, but it would be interesting if it was. Okay, I'm going to set you to work on the international games as well. How's the tourism doing? I'm rising in a lot of people right now, but the Huns, amazingly, are still the best opponent that I've got. I mean, it's really unusual, just because Attila is usually a very weak opponent. I'll forgive you, whatever. Yeah, Attila usually, in every game I play, is somebody that nobody likes. They kind of just gang up on him like crazy. Alright, so I got some happiness and an increase in influence with city-states. That's actually good enough for me. It would have been nice to get the extra policy, but it's not a huge deal. And, oh, wait, hang on. Oh, I have an extra person, huh? Yeah, it's not a huge deal, and... What am I trying to say right now? Oh, right. The reason I want to at least have that is so that Darius doesn't get a free 30 influence on all my city-states and I fall behind. This way, we at least stay on par. Even if I didn't win. Not a big deal. Choose production... Let's get, I'm saying some missile cruisers would be nice to have. I'm thinking we get some tanks. No, change that. Paratroopers. More paratroopers that we can upgrade to XCOM squads. Let's get some missile cruisers there as well. More paratroopers. And you need to upgrade things like barracks before I would even let you consider building some of my fantastic ships. Let's get some battleships over in Geneva. Barracks over in La Venta as well. And this destroyer, don't mind me, is just exploring, finding out what's going around this coast. He's just sort of peeking his head around the corner. Can't get mad at someone for looking. I mean, you can. You know, I've been thrown out of multiple department stores because people think that it is actually wrong to peek in on something that you're not supposed to. But I have not done that. Don't take that too literally. I am not a perv. Much. Oh, you got great war infantry, have you? Well, aren't you sweet, little munchkin Persian boy. Upcoming session for voting on things like world ideologies and stuff, not that I really care. You're buying a bunch of territory, which is actually not a bad thing for me. First off, it's not a big deal. Second, you know, whatever, I mean, I could just conquer you and take all that territory, so it doesn't really matter too much. Let's get some armories in place. Let's annex Lisbon and purchase a courthouse. I'm also going to start purchasing some stuff. So, for example, that factory would be good. Also, the stoneworks and the monument and the barracks and the armory. And that's probably all I want to Oh, no, I've got 11,000 gold. What am I talking about? I saw 1,000 for a second there. I missed a 1. Military Academy would be good as well. And do you have a harbor? You do. Can you get a seaport? Am I missing it? Lighthouse. Apparently you cannot. Do you already have a seaport? You do already have a seaport. Well, that's even better. So let's actually change... No, I'm going to let you finish your airport. But after that, I expect you to start building some more battleships. Lisbon. You better build them battleships up good. Tyre is still relying on a bunch of privateers, which means they're pretty much doomed. I'll forgive you for now, Attila, because I don't want to prompt you into a war that I'm not ready for, but just know that I will not actually forget this offense. I will not actually forget it. I'm like a woman in some ways, and I'm not saying this to be horribly offensive, but I also am saying this to be horribly offensive and generate controversy. You know, I'm like one of those women that's like, oh no, it's nothing, don't worry, it's fine. But like reality says, I am not fine, I am most certainly not fine, and I'm really mad at you, and you should grovel before me, stupid man. And I will not pick up on it because I'm a man, and men are not that intelligent or savvy about things like that. Harsh reality, ladies, but it's true. Men just don't get it. We don't. We take you at your word. You say you're fine, you say it's okay, we believe you. Maybe that's our fault, but we do believe you. I've had to explain this to my fiancée on more than a few occasions, that I take her literally when she says some of those things. Alright, XCOM squads, done. Went inside... Do I have to be inside the city to paradrop? Are you saying there's nowhere to paradrop to? I don't understand. Wait, What's wrong with the paradrop mechanic? I'm not strictly sure. Alright. I guess we'll get a few more of these XCOM squads. And this missile cruiser could probably take on Colombo all by its lonesome if I wanted to eliminate Venice from the game. Not sure I do, though. I'm actually going to go and reinforce the East Coast. We're really going to take on Attila the Hun. I'm going to go for a domination victory and continue working on science just because... Whoops. No. Just because that's a good thing to be doing, because I would like to have a backup plan, but it's not a huge deal. Need to move to an empty tile to do that. That's fine. So let's bump over here. Get that, and upgrade to XCOM. Bam. Laventa's landlocked, so you can't build any ships. You could, however, build things like XCOM squads for me, but it's not a huge deal right now. Let's get a military academy. I would just like to have those in pretty much all of my cities, just in case it turns out to be a useful thing. Amphitheater. XCOM squads are not only the most powerful infantry in the game, but like they don't require any special resources, which makes them doubly useful. So, no oil, aluminum, any of that other stuff required. No uranium, which I actually haven't discovered yet at this point in the game. Okay, found some units. You have infantry and anti-aircraft guns. Good news is, I'm not really planning on making use of my aircraft. I probably could, and yea, verily probably should, but I'm not. Let's get another missile cruiser down over here. Okay, I see you sending missionaries around town. No, I don't want to declare war on Attila. I'm just exploring. I'm just a little black rain cloud. Ignore me. I'm not going to hurt nobody. Embargo the Huns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do all my other votes there. Actually, let's do that. Let's make sure that there's no chance Darius is going to get world ideology freedom, because Bismarck also has freedom and might very well vote that up, and they'd have a 10 votes maximum, so this gives me a good chance. Guarantees that they can't at least get those extra votes, because that would not bode well for me. Even it wouldn't be a big deal, but it wouldn't be good. More battleships. You can also build some battleships. And I'm going to get some submarines out of Lisbon. Oh, now I can paradrop. Okay. Not really sure why that wasn't available before, but now I can. Wasn't there a paratrooper that was coming out of here? Did I already upgrade it to an XCOM squad? I thought I didn't. I thought I upgraded the one off to the side. Huh. Maybe I missed something, but I feel like something's wrong there. Whatever. Alright, so what I could do is prepare a massive landing force. Attila's court is actually relatively close to the coast. If I could find a good landing position, I could deal with that. Let's get an anti-naval battleship in position. There we go. Porto has been converted to Catholicism for reasons not really understood, but it has. And I guess we'll just keep getting... Nope, not destroyers. Change that. We'll get more... That's interesting. So battleships require oil, but missile cruisers and destroyers don't. Which I find very interesting. Because the missile cruisers are actually more powerful. So, let's go ahead and send this battleship up in this direction. Let's send a destroyer up in this direction as well. There we go. Battleships also have the ability to shoot 3 tiles away, just like artillery, which makes them very powerful. Good naval units capable of just bombarding the crud out of coastal cities. Still looking around, just peeking. Oh, found a submarine. So he does have those, which means I want to get some missile cruisers and destroyers off in this direction to detect those before they sink my battleships. You sunk my battleship, is the standard response. Okay, let's get enough culture for scientific revolution. Bam, free technology for me. What do I want? I want satellites. Now I see the world. We found El Dorado. Yay. Okay, let's see. Oops, excuse me. Just bumped my desk pretty hard there. Wow. Ludwigshafen. Ludwigshafen? 26 population. Holy crap. City's doing well for itself. Okay. So, what could I do here? I am wondering if I want to approach from the north or the south. I can't capture Viana do Castelo, unfortunately. That's not an option. Because it is landlocked, so my ships can't do the work for me and take the city. Bucharest, if I capture it, I think I can liberate as a city-state, and it'll become my automatic ally, and that would be nice for just some staging ground reasons. Not a bad idea. I want a place that I can land my rocket artillery and blitzkrieg Attila's court. I'm thinking the west here might be the easiest way to do that. Okay. We have a plan of attack. I'm going to start sending my ships all off in this direction. I don't know why they think they can go this way, because there's a strait that is in the way. Maybe they haven't figured that out yet, but that's Hunnic territory. You can't go through there unless I declare war right now. Which I suppose I could do if I want to get quick access and deploy my ships, but do we have to? I don't know. Let's get rocket artillery and start deploying off by Malacca. Malacca. Place over this direction. Wish I could airdrop these over to Malacca. That would be very convenient for me. But in the meantime, we'll just move them over. Malacca will be my staging force for the assault coming from the west. Over here. Nope, that apparently didn't work. Just go off this direction. There we go. Artillery. Not useful to me in this context. I could use my artillery, but honestly, at this point, rocket artillery has so outmoded those, it's not even worth it. Also, do these work in friendly territory? Okay, so does that work from Malacca? Let's paradrop to Malacca here. Look at that. That's cool looking, isn't it? And next turn, we'll see if they can paradrop from Malacca. If they can, Malacca is a nice staging ground. Although 49 tile range is really powerful. So they're probably fine. And they actually can attack the same turn that they drop, which is really overpowered. But I digress. Natural wonder discovered for Tyre. They're happy with that turn of events. We got a great scientist as well, which we'll just use immediately. Not that I have any technology I'm working on, but it'll count towards something. What do I want in one turn? I'm thinking the stealth bomber could be good. No, wait, I don't have any aluminum. Not useful to me. Atomic theory would reveal the uranium, and that could be good. And let's get this battleship off in this direction. We're going to push for a really crazy West Coast invasion. We'll liberate Bucharest, and from there we can at least turtle down, bombard the crud out of every troop he sends my way with rocket artillery, and then go straight for Attila's court and Ludwigshafen, and liberate that as well, because a 26 population city is far too good to ignore. Oh my gosh, almost every German city has a shockingly good population. Copenhagen does have 26 as well, so does Aarhus, so I guess I'm doing okay as well, but I didn't think Germany would be doing as well as it is. Alright, I think that's enough for today's episode, though. We're going to be gearing up for a domination victory and working towards science just as a backup plan. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus with Civilization Brave New World. If you enjoyed this video, then of course hit that like button, because it does make a difference for small channels like mine. Make sure you leave a comment supporting me or telling me what I should be doing, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys next time.